Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be demonstrating how to make the textured bralette, and I'll be demonstrating with these colors because they're brighter depending on the background that I have. Later on we shall be introducing the actual piece, which is made of several colors. So today I'll be demonstrating with these two colors because they bounce off the brown and they'll be able to be seen. So let's get started. If you would like the written pattern, it's already available on all my online shops. And yeah, let's jump into the materials. Alright, so for the materials you will need yarn. The yarn that I'm using is Winter King. It's a 4-ply acrylic yarn. And then you also need a hook. The hook that I'm using is a 4mm crochet hook. And any DK weight yarn can do. Any size 3 DK weight yarn can do, and a pair of scissors, and of course a darning needle because you're going to have so many loose ends to weave in. And then yeah, you're going to choose your colors wisely. I used these colors for the actual piece, but I ended up using these ones for the demonstration because they were more visible. So let's begin with our very first color, which is mustard yellow. So we're going to start off with a back up, and then later on we shall go to the bottom design. You're going to start off with a slip knot, and you're going to make a chain. My chain is going to be a total of 14 chains. For all the other sizes, just look on the screen and do your required number of chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So I have my 14 chains. You should be having a total of an even number of chains to work this pattern. So after your required number of chains, you're going to go into the second chain from the hook. So not this one, but this one. You're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the 2 loops. So that will be a single crochet. This pattern is worked in the US terms. So single crochet into the second chain from the hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. That's a double crochet into the next chain. So single crochet into the second chain from the hook, double crochet into the next chain. Now we are going to keep alternating between single crochet and double crochet. So into the next chain we are placing a single crochet. So insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. That's a single crochet. Into the next, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. That's a double crochet. So keep alternating between single and double crochet all the way across until the second last chain. So we are here at the second last chain, and it should get a double crochet. And you have 1 more chain left. So in that last chain, we are going to place 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, and 1 more single crochet into the same exact chain. So this will bring us to the back side of our starting chain. So to work on the opposite side, I'm going to be weaving in this tail as I go. So since we ended with a single crochet, we're going to go into the next chain with a double crochet, and then 1 single crochet into the next chain, 1 double crochet into the next chain. So make sure you're not skipping any chain. So we are keeping on alternating between single and double crochet all the way across. and making sure that we end with a single crochet into the very last chain. because we started with a single crochet and we are just mirroring what we have on the opposite side. So double, single, double in the second last, and then a single into the very last one. Sorry. So we've ended our row with a single crochet into the very last chain, and this is what you should have. Now at this point we are going to cut our yarn. You're going to make a chain of 1 and we're going to switch colors. We don't want so many rows for this very first color. So you're going to make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn, pull through. So this is what you should have. Now we're going on to our next color, and that will be the lilac color for me. And you're going to start with a slip knot and then attach it where you left off with your previous color. So where you have this tail, attach your yarn into the very last stitch of the previous color. Now after attaching, you're going to make a chain of 1 and you're going to place the opposite stitch. So since this is a single crochet, you're going to place 1 double crochet into the same stitch. Just like that. And then this is a double crochet, so it will get a single crochet. And then this is a single crochet, it will get a double. So we are placing single crochets in each double crochet and double crochet in each single crochet all the way across until you get to the exact middle stitch. So if you want, you can use a stitch marker and mark that exact middle stitch. I'll be showing it to you in a bit. So we're still alternating between single and double crochet. Alright, so we've reached that middle stitch that we have here at the top of the bra cup. So you will place 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, and 1 more single crochet into the same exact stitch. So the middle stitch is always a double crochet and it receives 1 single, 1 double, and 1 single. 3 stitches in 1 stitch. Then from there you keep alternating between double crochet and single crochet all the way across until you get done with your row. So we've started working in the U shape. Alright, so we're almost coming to the end of row 2, and I'm placing a single crochet and then a double crochet into the very last single crochet. This is row 2. And this is what you should have. Now we're going on to row 3. Row 3 is going to basically resemble row 1. You're going to determine how many rows you want for each color, but for me, after row 1, I am going to do a total of 3 rows of each color. So from here, I'm going to make a chain of 1, turn my work, and since the stitch here is a double crochet, it will receive a single crochet this time, and then the single crochet receives a double crochet. So keep alternating between single and double crochet depending on what you have for your previous row, placing a single in each double and a double in each single until you get to the middle stitch. So this is going to be my second row of lilac, and as I had mentioned earlier on, I'm going to do 3 rows of each color. So don't forget, the middle stitch is always a double crochet, and I've reached it right now. It always gets 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, and 1 more single crochet, all in the same stitch, just like that. And then from there you continue to alternate between double crochet and single crochet until the end of the row. So you can see how easy this stitch is and how it creates that textured look for the bra cups. Alright, so I'm ending my row with a single crochet. So make sure if you started with a single crochet at the beginning of the row, make sure you end with a single crochet. And if you started with a double, make sure you end with a double. So you can see how the bra cup is curving to create room for the bust coverage. So this is my second row, and you can see how we are working in a U shape. So we're going on to our next row, which is the third row of the lilac color. So you make a chain of 1, turn your work. If you ended with a single crochet for your previous row, you're going to turn your work and you're going to start with a double crochet into that single crochet, and then single crochet into the next double, double into the next single, and single into the next double. And you're going to repeat that until you reach the middle, the top of the bra cup, and we shall be doing the same exact thing as we've been doing for the previous rows. Alright, so we've reached the exact middle stitch. As I had mentioned earlier on, if you want, you can always use a stitch marker and mark it, but I can eyeball it, so I didn't see the use of a stitch marker. So this is the exact middle stitch, and it should always be a double crochet. So you're going to place 1 single, 1 double, and 1 single, all the 3 stitches in 1 stitch, and then that will bring us to the opposite side. So you start alternating between double crochet and single crochet all the way down until the end of the row. So we're basically going to repeat rows 3 and 4. Keep repeating rows 3 and 4. And since I started my row with a double crochet, I will end my row with a double crochet into the very last stitch. So we're going to keep repeating rows 3 and 4, 3 and 4 until we get enough coverage for our bra cups. So once you get your 3 rows or whatever number of rows that you need for this color, you're going to make a chain of 1, and you're going to cut your yarn, and you're going to attach your next color. I will reintroduce yellow because these are the bright colors that I have for this project, and the other colors will be a little bit invisible. So you just attach where you left off with your previous color, just like this, and then make a chain of 1. So this is a double crochet, so you start off with a single crochet into that double crochet, and then double into the next, single into the next, and double into the next. And you're going to repeat that. So this row should resemble row 3, the one that starts with a single crochet and ends with a single crochet. Then for the next row, it should resemble row 4, the one that starts with a double crochet and ends with a double crochet. So keep working that until you have enough coverage for your bra cup. I will be recommending a number of rows that you can do for the different sizes in my next clip. After making your first one, just make an identical bra cup to the first one so that you have 2 of them, and then we're going to attach the 2 bra cups. make sure they're facing the right side. We're going to use one of the tails and slip stitch into the first stitch on the opposite side. Just make a slip stitch like that, and then now the two bra-cups are joined together. Alright, now we're going to get our very first color, so I'll use this color on the edge to work on the bottom row of the bra-cups. So make a slip knot and turn your work to the bottom side, and then you're going to attach your yarn into the very first row. So you're going to make a chain of 1 and make sure you place 1 single crochet in each and every row. So into the double crochet space and into the single crochet space. So in each and every row place 1 single crochet, because one of the rows was starting with a double crochet and the other one with a single crochet. So just make sure you go into each and every row with 1 single crochet. So you'll start to see your work kind of pulling inwards and creating a better shape for your bra cup. Alright, this is after our very first bra cup. This is what you should have. If it folds over like this, that means it's just creating room for the bust coverage, and don't try to stretch it out, just leave it as it is, just like this. And then you can see this one is more flat, and when we put the row of single crochets at the base, it's also going to create room for the bust, just like this one has done. So go all the way across the second bra cup, placing 1 single crochet in each and every row. So this is what we are having right now, and I am currently placing my last single crochet on the edge of the bra cups. So this is what we have. Both the bra cups have been created, and they have both created room for the bust. As you can see, the shaping has been achieved, and from here we're going to start creating our mesh pattern. So still working at the base of the bra cups, you're going to make a chain of 5 that counts as a double crochet chain 2, turn your work, and you're going to go into the very first stitch with 1 double crochet, just like that, because we are trying to increase towards this side. And then make a chain of 2, skip 2 stitches, and then 1 double crochet into the next. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches, 1 double crochet into the next. So repeat this all the way across. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches, and 1 double crochet into the next. So repeat that all the way across the 2 bra cups, and I'll show you what to do when we come towards the end of our row. So you're going to continue until you have 3 stitches left, or until towards the end of the row. And then at this point you're going to skip over the last 2 stitches, and into the last stitch you're going to place 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 more double crochet into the same exact stitch. So this is going to mirror exactly what we have at the beginning here. So now we're going on to row 2 of the mesh pattern at the base of the top. So you're going to make a chain of 5, turn your work, go into the very first stitch, which is this one, and you're going to place a double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet into the next double crochet, and repeat this all the way across. Chain 2, 1 double crochet into the next double crochet. So repeat this across your row until you come to the end of the row, and I'll show you what to do. Alright, so we're coming towards the end of the row, and when you have only this space left, you're going to make a chain of 2, skip over 2 chains, and then 1 double crochet into the next chain, chain 2, and 1 more double crochet into the same exact chain to create an increase on the edge, as you can see here. So we're going to repeat this row again and again. Alright guys, so we decided to do a total of 5 rows of mesh, and then after the 5th row you're going to just chain 1 and cut your yarn. So I want to show you a few things that you should focus on. You should notice that your mesh pattern is increasing sideways towards the back of the top, and from here you're going to just get rid of this loose end. Since I'm using a double strand, it's very easy for me to just tie and then cut off. And then we're now going to create the straps. You're going to make a slip knot and attach into the topmost stitch of the bra cup. Make a single crochet into the same exact space and make a chain of 150. So I have my 150 chains on one of the bra cups. I'll make 1 extra chain and cut my yarn, then cut off the excess yarn on the end of the strap, and then I'm going to just repeat the same exact thing. So I chose to use the same exact color as the boundary color of the bra cup, as you can see, but you can use any other color of your choice. So attach your yarn on top of the bra cup, make a single crochet into the topmost stitch and make your chain of 150. Alright guys, so the straps are done and the mesh pattern is ready. The bra cups are finished. Now you're going to weave in all your ends. I'm done getting rid of most of the ends. Let me just get rid of this one in particular, and then you're going to get your straps just like this and then cross them over to form an X at the back of the top, and then you're going to lace up the very base, the very last row of the mesh pattern at the base of the top, just like this, and then you're going to make a knot just like that, and that's basically it. This is how to make a very easy textured bra cup bralette with a mesh pattern at the base. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you in my next video when we are transforming this top into a dress. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.